All right, here we go. Good afternoon. My name is Marian E. King, owner of Emptiness LLC, doing business as Emptiness Logistics and more. Okay, I wanted to hop on here really quickly and talk to you all about something that is a heavy concern. And I do get a lot of questions and concerns about it. So I wanted to hop on and make a video really quickly for those who need it and those who will come back by later. Okay, hello. So I want to talk to you all today about how to respond to rebuttals, pushbacks, and inquiries about your business, especially in the administrative role of independent dispatch businesses. All right. So there are a lot of you who take courses from people, and there are some things missing. I tend to fill those spaces because of my time in corporate America, being a trainer, and also, providing information for people to succeed. All right. So I had this question and I decided to make a video, and I'm actually going to start making more videos. So if you all have questions, I don't know if it'll really be a series or I'll just title it as it needs to be. But this one is a big one. Um, it concerns like when you are new and you are trying to get carriers. There are a lot of carriers out here that are going to ask you, how long they don't want it to matter that they just their authority just got active. Okay. They want to put it all on you. So they want to ask you, how long you've been in business. Hey, how's it going? How long you've been in business? How many carriers are you um, working with and all of that. So I want to help you. First of all, let me tell you about my ebook. The ebook is called My Homeboy Said. It prepares you and helps you with rebuttals because they're going to come. Okay. So for this particular one, and I'll put the link for the ebook is $10. Okay. The link for the ebook is going to be in the comments. It's in so on TikTok, it's in the link in my bio. All right. You're going to hit the link, the Easy Tree link, go to the Shopify store and get it. It's going to be in the description bar on YouTube, and on Facebook, it'll be in the description as well. So before making the calls, and the ebook My Homeboy Said also helps people a whole lot with confidence, because sometimes the people ask these questions because of the confidence or lack thereof in your conversation. Okay, notice I use the word conversation because there is no script when it comes to these business to business interactions in this particular space. See, I have to say that. Now, there are points that you want to hit. All right. This also helps you in the ebook My Homeboy Said. The ebook My Homeboy Said helps you find potential carriers, helps you interview potential carriers. That is important because we don't want to work with everybody. Everybody is not our client. Sorry, they just aren't. Just like they can decide that they don't want to work with us via the answers that we give them, we can decide that we don't want to work with them given the answers that they give us. All right. So when you encounter, so confidence has to be key. Again, the ebook My Homeboy Said will help you with that confidence because it will help you on what you're doing. I'm so glad you're doing this video. Got you. I'm so glad that somebody asked. Um, so it will help you because it will help you with what to say um, when you're having the conversation. So you don't really look like you're nervous. And again, confidence. So what I was saying is confidence or lack thereof is sometimes why people ask these questions, because they can hear that you are new. These are things that may be happening. Okay. Nothing that I say is law. So the instances may be they can hear that you are nervous. They can hear desperation. They can hear that, you may be fumbling over your words or that you may not, sound like you know what you're doing. Okay. Again, they don't care that they're fresh out of the gate too and their authority just went active, because when they don't have confidence in the SME, okay, which is you, when they don't have confidence in the subject matter expert, they don't feel like you will help their business to grow and make money. And as the subject matter expert, as the dispatcher, that is our intention. We want to know everything that we need to know from them, provide them with everything that we're going to provide to them, come to a mutual understanding and agreement, and move, all right, accordingly. Okay, so when you get those that are on you like that, well, how many people, how many carriers are you working with already? How long have you been in business? How long? Let's start with thing one. How long have you been in business? I have been operating in the space of service, okay, for quite some time now. I move with precision in everything that I do. I am knowledgeable and confident. Okay, I'm going to say it slow so you can write it down. I am knowledgeable and confident in my business and my position. And I know that if we come into an agreement and an understanding on what it is that we need to do to get each other where it is that we need to be, we will be a success. Okay? Because everybody who is dispatching, you have done something before. Okay? You worked in customer service, whether it was face-to-face service, whether it was phone service, you have some type of experience that you are able to say, I am confident and knowledgeable in my business and what it is that I do. I have been in service because this is a service position. I have been in service and being of service for quite some time now. Okay. I am confident and knowledgeable in my business and the role that I will play in your business. If this is something that you are comfortable with at this point, would you like to move forward? If this is something that you are not comfortable with, or you don't feel that what I'm saying is something that works for you, thank you so much for your time. Good luck in your search. Okay? Because you're going to know of that if they're going to be combative. All right? The second one, how many other carriers are you working with? That is nobody's business. They shouldn't be asking you that, but if they do, all right? Sir, ma'am, company owner, it is my job to focus solely on you and your business when we are in a contractual agreement. I will commit to, operate with, maximize every opportunity that I come in contact with to be instrumental in helping the success of your business. You see how they shut you right on up? They no longer want to know how many people you're working with. I am solely focused on you and your business needs. Okay? When we are in a contractual agreement, you got to be listen. I know my calling. I just got to find the people to pour it into, because they will ask you that. They will try you. They will try to bully you and try to kind of force you to be. It is what I have going on is none of your business. Okay. Do you know how many serial entrepreneurs are out here who are thriving and successful in what they do? Because when they go into that contractual agreement, they themselves or their representative make sure that you are provided with the utmost level of service and everything that they said that they were going to provide to you. So it is not your concern of who all I'm working with. As long as I focus on do what you need done, make sure that you're seeing the results that I said I was going to provide to you. That's all you need to know. But we can't say it like that. But what we will say is in a contractual agreement, because that's very important. Because when I say I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and you say, I want that, what you're going to do, and we go into a contractual agreement, that is the time, okay, that I will solely focus on you. At the time it is time to move your truck, at the time it is time to converse with you and your carriers, when it is time to do all of the things, trust me, I will be solely focused on you. And when I hang up, you don't need to worry about what I'm doing, how I'm doing, as long as you are continuing to move or whatever it is that I said that I was going to do for you. That's it. When I no longer am providing the service in a manner that I stated that I would do, then we will have a different conversation. And even in that conversation, it won't be about how many other people that I'm working with. Okay. It will be about, I am not performing for you in the manner that you want me to perform. Therefore, we have to have a conversation. And or I am having a conversation with you because you are not performing in the manner that I said that you perform in. Okay. I get you a load, you don't go. You don't feel like it. You're late. You overslept. Okay. Because again, I own my business and you own yours. Yes, I have to go into a contractual agreement in order for me to be a dispatcher. Okay. This is important. Okay. Many of us have dispatch businesses. That's it. We own a dispatch service, but we cannot go into the act of dispatching until we are connected with and in a contractual agreement with a carrier. That means somebody who has their authority, have done all of the things that they need to do by the FMCSA website. You hear me? As far as their insurances and all of that. And the LLC who has gotten their business together and they have sought out a dispatcher. All right. Basically an employee, but I am a contracted employee, which means my business is mine. So I work with for with you. Okay. In a contractual agreement. Honey, can you say that again? I have to write that down. You're going to get it's going to be on YouTube, y'all. So if you want to go back and get it and write it and rewatch it, y'all go ahead over to YouTube. Because this stuff come off my head, y'all. So I can't always quite remember it. And I'm actually grateful for that because sometimes when I say something again, it might be better. So you have a lot of options that you want to be able to, operate in and dabble. So my YouTube is the same, Empty Nest Logistics. So if y'all want to catch it, and I'm going to make sure I title it properly. It's going to be the same name as it is on here. I think I named it like rebuttals, pushback, something like that. But I want to make sure, thank you so much, Free Spirit, that although we have a good time on here, and I can't operate in the spirit of Ebonics at times, when I give you all something to say like that, I'm going to make sure that it's in a professional manner because we want to make sure that not only are we providing a level of service. Well, let me say this. When part of the reason that people get a dispatcher is to speak on their company's behalf. So even though I might be on here at times operating in the spirit of Ebonics, but y'all see I got my collared shirt on today, so I want to remain in a professional manner and still have a good time. When we speak on that company's behalf, we have to make sure that we're speaking on that company's behalf. I don't care how the broker answers the call. I don't care how many grammatical errors they have in their email. As the representative of a transportation company, you make sure that you are on point at all times because you're going to be memorable. Okay. You as the person, even though you represent that company, when you contact a broker on that transportation company's behalf, they're going to remember you. And also remember this until the FMCSA changes it. Okay. You are a company that can work with multiple transportation companies. And you have to remember that favor is going to be yours. That favor is not going to be that transportation company's. Okay. Because if you no longer work with that transportation company and you got 4 or 5 other companies, but your word was good, they're going to continue to call you. And when they contact you, some of y'all know this already. Sometimes a lot of the times a broker will contact you and say, hey, do you have a truck in such and such area? They're not going to say, hey, is transportation company available in such and such. Now they may do that, you know, when the company is good. Definitely going to do that. But also they'll call and see if you have, because they know that you are an independent dispatcher. They know that you can be on that phone and you can call right now and you can say, hey, broker boo, how's it going? Hey, you know, it's Marian. I'm giving you a call with ABC Transportation Company. You know, you have a load available, or you sent me an email available about, boom, they're done. All right. The broker may say, hey, do you have anybody available in such and such, such and such? You'll say, you know what? Let me close this out. All right. I have carrier EFG available. So guess what? Now I've done the rate confirmation with company ABC. Now I'm doing another rate confirmation with EFG. Okay. Or I may do ABC and we may get that taken care of and hang up. And I may call that broker right back, you know, because some availability is happening, something is canceled, whatever. Hey, this is Marian giving you a call with EFG. We're gonna chop it up and we're gonna keep it moving. They know what we're doing, but they need their stuff moved and they need reliable. And even when I'm not working with ABC and EFG anymore for whatever reason, when I get HIJ, I can call them back and say, hey, broker boo, I'm getting ready to start working with HIJ. They have this equipment right here, right here, right here, because I have been good on my word, and the companies that I work with have come through for that broker. And in the same token with that broker, if I, as the dispatcher, am working with 5 different companies and I extinct with that broker one time, guess what? That broker don't want to work with none of my people. Okay. But if I have done well by that broker and ABC is cutting up, that broker gonna say, hey, I'm gonna work with the other 4, but I'm not working with ABC anymore. Well, guess what? I'm gonna have to do what I need to do with ABC, but I've been favorable to that broker, so he's gonna continue to work with my other 4. This is the stuff, y'all, that we need to know. They have these big old companies out here with their big names, but they're not giving you what you need or pouring into you for you to reach a space of success. You have to know this. And me coming on here telling y'all it for free is not going to stop you all from purchasing anything from me. Money is going to come. Do right. Do right. I got into dispatching because it was something that I wanted to do for years. But when I was younger, there was no, like, this independent dispatch stuff. It was not out here at the time. I'm 47 now. So in my 20s, and in my 30s, this wasn't out here. You had to try to work at you either had to drive the truck, or you could be a dispatcher, but you needed to be like 50, 60, 70 years old, and you needed to know the whole map by heart. Like, it was like real old school. You had to know the map. You had to know all the little small cities. So if you didn't know that, you really couldn't get in. So when I heard about this, probably 4 years ago now, that's when I realized that there was an opportunity for me. And I'm glad it worked out that way, because I was able to become a trainer in so many things in corporate America that when I got into it and I became, you know, a full-time entrepreneur, I implement a lot of things from service into this. That's why you all will hear me call this position the administrative role of transportation, because we are the administrator. We are their office. We are the ones that see and help them see the success of the business. That's why I created the ebook My Homeboy Said, because there were so many who were taking these courses and then told to go get a specific carrier, because you're still telling people how to chase money instead of educating people and helping them understand that money will come when you are educated, when you are confident. Okay, I do have a self-paced dispatching course. I see a few different people coming on now. I did a video earlier, but I'll do a recap now. So I have services. I have a self-paced dispatching course, which is $97 right now while we're on the live. Normally it'll be $150. I decided to leave it that way. I also have a $50 membership. Okay, It's a $3,000 offer, but I broke it down to a $50 a month membership where you can get the self-paced dispatching course. You can get access to the coaching and mentorship videos. All right. And you can get access to live assistance. You're welcome. Just hit the link in the bio and hit the link that says the self-paced dispatching course. So yeah, when I got into it, I bring a lot of service because I noticed, and when I was doing training, I worked my way up. So, you come from the seat, and which I did, even in my entrepreneurship and operating in the transportation space. I came from the ground up, which was the dispatching space. This is where you learn the most. I don't care what anybody says, because as a dispatcher, okay, let's talk about it. As a driver, you know the rules and the regulations of the road. That's what you know. You cuss out your dispatcher, you talk trash about the dispatcher, or you feel like you don't need a dispatcher, but you really don't know what a dispatcher does. Okay. Many people who are in the transportation industry who dispatch themselves, they're older, they've been in the industry 20 plus years, and they actually really don't dispatch themselves. I'm going to tell you what they really do. Back in that time, you had to get out here and connect with shippers yourself. So what they have is old connections. So that's why they talk so much trash about dispatchers, and they swear that we're schemers and scammers and we're not necessary. Okay? Because you have your old school connections. So you don't even know what's going on now. Okay, that's thing one. Okay, let's talk about the truckers. All right, let's talk about the brokers, those who are brokering. They either connected with somebody like TQL, okay, because TQL is nothing but a bunch of freight agents. None of them are brokers. That's how come they have to get with somebody when you want to negotiate, or they remain buttholes and tell you that that's it. And then when you don't want to take it, then they want to ding the company that you're working for and say that you canceled out on them. Yeah, they're real real shady. And I said with my chest, TQL, holla. Anyway, you got people who jump into freight brokering. They either were connected with freight agency and worked in it like that and then created their spaces, or they jumped out here and became freight agents and realized that they didn't know what to do, how to connect, how to do any of the things. Okay. So I created things, so you can be able to help you. The cold calling lead generation business is definitely something that'll help with that. But as a dispatcher, okay, as a dispatcher, you have to learn what the trucker does, how they need to move, when they need to move, when they, need to be still, when all of the things, what they need to move that truck, what they need to, how many miles per hour is going to get, 7 gallons, 5 gallons, and this is just things that you learn over time that you don't really know you need. You have to learn how to route plan them. Yes, they route plan themselves. However, you still have to have an idea of what is going on. You need to understand and know that if they're working or they're driving, and let's just say that you've done the route planning and the drive is going to take them 8 hours. You got to really implement into there how much time is really going to take. You got to account for, idle time or traffic time. You got to implement that 30 minutes that they must take because they're doing 8 hours. As a dispatcher, you got to know all of the things. You also, on top of that, okay, because can we be real about it? You also have to know their personality. You also have to know their mood. You also have to know how they're going to act and react when they have not had. You have to know when to step up and step out when they say, "Go cowboy." And cowboy just means, they have decided that they're not listening to the ELD or the FMCSA, but that's their business. But what I'm saying to you is there's so much, correct, Miss Michelle, so much as a dispatcher that you need to know, even if you don't have to implement it, but you have to be aware as the dispatcher. And then you also have to know the things about the broker. You need to know how much you want to negotiate. You got to know that you're going to push them to the limit because they got the money. You have to know you have to know that, okay, this broker is going to act like this. This broker is going to do this right here. You have to know, okay, and sometimes you got to know some of the laws. You got to know some of the things. You even got to know miscellaneous things, which is not really miscellaneous, but What happens when a broker does not pay that carrier? What happens when a broker is double brokering? These are all, see, the driver got to know what the driver need to know, that he can't go no more than 65, 72 miles per hour. The broker need to know when the shipper need the stuff moving. But the dispatcher, they got to know it all, plus. They have to know everything plus. Okay? They need to know the carrier and the mood and all of the things that's going on. Plus, they have to be the psychiatrist, okay, and the emotional receiver. Because when they are out there, they're not eating right. It's depressing. They're calling home and things ain't going right. You got a whole wife, but when you call home, the boyfriend, the side pick, Jody, is answering the call. You got a husband. When you call home, Keisha, Shay, Nene, Deborah is answering the line, talking about thank you so much for being of service and getting all the things that I need. And the car note, I'm making sure that your car is still being driven. I'm making sure that your house is still being a home while you, as a dispatcher, don't downplay the dispatcher, because I said it from my beginning and I say it again now. Dispatching is a ministry. And if you are not mentally prepared, it's not going to be for you. That's why I come on here and talk to y'all. That's why I give you the reality. Now, I just gave you all of the things that I have to do. Dispatcher, okay, as an entrepreneur in your business, being your second girlfriend, your wife, your second husband, I also have to maintain my household. I have to do all of that for you and maintain my own mental, physical, all of the things. Okay? As a real dispatcher, keeping trucks on the road, keeping them moving. So don't let nobody downplay you. And these are all all the things that we need to know. But I can only tell you all these things with the passion and the truth because I've done them every day for the last 3 years. I didn't make it up. I didn't steal nobody's platform. I didn't steal nobody's course. I didn't scheme on anybody to make them purchase something and then they couldn't hear from me after. Okay. I didn't debo anybody into telling them that you better not say nothing. You better not tell nobody. You better not. I didn't do any of that. Honesty, integrity, experience, and application. Okay. That's what I did. Because I cannot, in good conscience, come on here and play on y'all top and play in y'all face and ask you for money. As you all know, y'all don't see me on here asking y'all for 8, 9, 10,000. No. Because I want to make sure that you are successful and get into a space where you making some money. And then you can go and get with your top notch or get the next thing that I want or go to the conference with your favorite. But listen, I would not be, the God I serve, okay, let me do this just for a second, would not be pleased with me, okay, if I am the only one succeeding. I'm the only one getting some money, okay? I'm on here telling y'all just enough. It puts me in the mind of a pimping pastor, okay? I only want to talk about wealth. I only want to talk about your tithe. I only want to talk about giving. But your life's about to be cut off. You hide in your car, in the apartment complex 2 or 3 miles over because the repo man looking for it. See, I don't do this for money, because if I did this for money, y'all wouldn't see me ever. Because the honest truth is the support is not like that. Okay? I get down. I get discouraged. Okay? For almost 90 days straight, I didn't make a dime in my business. See, this is the real part. This is the part y'all need to know. See, y'all can come and be entertained. Y'all can come and watch. You can log in and log off. Okay? When you don't see me, you got this entitlement where you can send me an email and say, I've been needing some information, but I haven't seen you. But when I look on my books, you haven't purchased anything from me, but you want to continue to see me. See, when I've been coming on here lately and I've been trying to help you all understand that I'm an entrepreneur, not an entertainer. See, there's a difference between an entertainer and an entrepreneur. For whatever reason, the entertainers continue to get paid while the people continue to get played. Okay? So I get tired and I get discouraged, but I'm going to tell you what I do. I run on because I got to see what the end going to be. Because there is somebody who needs what I have. And if I quit, if I don't show up, if I don't make time, they're not going to find me. Okay? So if it's money that you're looking for, let me help you understand. Operating in this space is not a quick return. It's not easy, and you're going to work very hard. You're going to give a lot of time, and you're not going to benefit at all at first. When I come on here and I tell you, do you have a cushion? Are you able to take care of everything that you take care of now without bringing in any income, but steady pushing out? Okay? Does your financial situation in your household say you can quit that job? Don't quit it until you are ready. That's also why I created other things for people to be able to continue on their job and still make residual income until they get into a space. My cold calling lead generation situation is ingenious, but you can't force anybody to do anything. Many of you know I went and started another venture, all right, where I sell household products. Because I don't get, see, my bank, my deposits, something still got to go in there whether you contribute to it or not. See, the work don't stop as an entrepreneur. It doesn't. Because it's good when it's good and it's not when it's not. So you keep your DoorDash, your Shipt, your Uber Eats, your side, your direct set. You don't get to stop. Not if you want to eat. Okay? But I make sure that I am who I need. I need somebody to be real with me. I need somebody to come on and tell me the truth about what it is I'm getting into. I need for somebody to be there so when I do get into it, I am able to reach out to them. See, that's somebody asked me one time on live, how do I keep from getting scammed? There's some things you can do in advance outside of reading reviews. When do I see you on live? Where can I reach out to you to ask questions? What is your aftercare plan? Aftercare plan means after I take your course, okay? After I give you all my money, okay? When I come into a problem, who do I speak to? Is there someone available for me immediately? Do I need to send an email and wait to up to 72 hours to hear back from somebody? All right, where can I research you? When I do catch you live, are you dropping off any information? Can I ask questions, or do you always have a special guest? Where can I go and reference some of your information outside of a paid situation? What is the outcome? What is the reality of this investment? Will it be a quick return? Is it something that I have to wait for? Because you all need to be able to make informed decisions. You're not going to see me coming on here talking about enter into the transportation business and you be a 6 and 7 figure earner without ever owning a truck. And if I were to say that, guess what I'm gonna put on the end? But you're gonna have to work hard as hell. And the time and emotions and all that you put into it will never, ever, you won't ever get it back. You won't ever get the money replacement and you won't ever get the time. So before you quit them people job, okay, before you look at all the glitz and glamours and look past that, look past the trips, okay, look past the chandeliers, Look past the sponsored posts and me in my business suit. Look past me going sitting with the powers that be. Okay? Because if you have ever had an experience and you have met a so-called celebrity, okay, you know that at the right space at the right time, and depend on what kind of trouble they in, you can get a picture. Okay, you can pass by a room of directors and snap you a picture and put you a caption on it that says meeting with the big dogs, about to sign this contract. Every day, every day I say, how, what am I do today? How can I change somebody's life today? What can I do better today? Even with my kids have expressed some things to me that I have to take, because no one is perfect. So in every aspect of your life, you got to look at it. And when you're operating and you're trying to get into entrepreneurship, make sure that your investment, whether it be your time, whether it be your money, whether it be your vehicle, what does this look like for me? Is this something that I can afford to do? Is this something that's going to benefit me in the long run? Is this something that I'm willing to work towards? And is this something that I'm passionate about so hard that I would do it even if I didn't make money? Because I've been doing this and I ain't making no money. But it is the reward. See, great is the reward, depending on what you believe in, what you got going on. And if I have something that will benefit my brother or my sister, then I have to pour that into them. I don't have to be stupid. Okay? Because I could give you a starting point, but that doesn't mean that I have to hold your hand, because I have to continue to live. I have to continue to educate myself. I have to continue to do things. And at what point are you going to do something for yourself? Because that kind of turns it into, is this why you aren't in the position that you want to be in thus far? You know, you can ask it to me now, Kevin. My person doesn't work on the weekend. So what, you can ask your question now. I prefer answering questions live as well. If you just caught this video, actually the beginning of this video answers your question that you asked. And I tell you, you might want to get a pencil and paper when you run it back. What to say to people who ask you how long you've been in business, who ask you how many other carriers you have, all of that. Hello, I want to take the course. I am very thankful for you. I have kept the course. Big Snow, actually today I have it for $97 if you're on the for the duration of this live. But after the live, it'll go back to the 150. So if you have the 97, you can go ahead and get it now. Okay, go ahead, hit the link in the bio, and go ahead and get it, y'all. And let me, if anybody has a problem when you go to it, let me know. I have it right here on my computer. Kevin, can you please ask your question? I want to make sure that I get you taken care of before I get off the live. So yeah, y'all. Yeah, so anybody who needs it, who needs a self-paced dispatching course for the duration of this live, it is $97. Because I really don't want people to have a reason not to be able to get what they need. Because honestly, y'all, there's some of y'all out here paying a whole lot of money, and it's not nowhere near the value of what I'm providing. And I ain't even hitting that cost. And for those of you who have heard me before, I just don't feel, this is just me, for dispatching itself. There is nothing for dispatching itself that is worth $800 or more dollars. Okay? I just don't. And this is from somebody who has been doing this. Okay? Now, if I'm doing dispatching itself, and then I'm implementing, teaching you how to do IFTA, and I'm implementing, and listen, I have these things. The thing is, be mindful. Do you get got? Okay, do your research. You have YouTube channels like mine that provide you with a whole lot of information. You have other YouTube videos. I don't really, know them like that, but I know that there's at least for research purposes. Before you, and I'm talking about research. Can we talk about research for a moment? I'm not talking about going to my video. Oh my goodness, I like her. I'm not going to watch the rest of the video. I'm just going to find the information and I'm going to write her down. And then when she responds, I'm going to say, well, what exactly is dispatching? And that's not going to work for me. I'm going to tell you why it's not going to work for me, because I have provided so much information. And I don't think some people understand the magnitude of how somebody who is a solopreneur, our time is set up. So when I spend time and hours and create videos and all that, and you don't watch them, but you want to have a conversation with me for 15 minutes, and you want me to give you $100,000 worth of information for you to make, but for $0 for my time, that doesn't work. And also, let's talk about this real quick. For those who don't know, when you want to have a consultation with somebody and they have 15, 30 minutes to spare, that is not the time to ask about what this is. What is it? That is the time when you have researched and you say, hey, while I'm in this 15 minutes of your time, and in my research I need to ask about this, 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 and this. Okay, all right, thank you so much for your time. Get out. And these are things that I'll be wanting to talk to y'all about, because it's not that you're stupid or anything like that. It's we don't know. Okay, but these social media platforms have provided you a space to not only be able to find out what you need to find out, but find it out at your own leisure. These videos are up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, at your own leisure. And that's important for me to say, because there's no reason for you to say, well, I'm not going to be able to catch you live because I have to work. I'm not going to be able to catch you live because I got Pee-wee football. I'm not going to be able to. Well, at your own time, in your own leisure, check it out. Check it out. All right. So again, let me wrap it up. We got a little carried away, but we're still under an hour. But if you will need to go back and catch the beginning of what I said so you can write it down. Also, get the ebook My Homeboy Said. I am telling you, whether you took a course from somebody else or not, if you did, it's definitely going to help you, because they are not talking about and teaching you how to cold call. They are encouraging something that I, as a service professional, do not encourage, and that is cold emailing and cold text messaging. Okay, this is a small business to a small business situation. So there is no reason why I should not be picking up my phone to contact you, because this is a connection thing. Okay, I need to know if you even want to hear from me. I would prefer that I call you and you hang up on me or tell me to lose your number, okay, than to be playing on your phone and in your email, because that's how I look at it. Because I feel like you are not even considerate enough to contact me and ask me for my business. You just say, you know what, I'm gonna get time when I do time. But I also feel like it takes a special kind of person and a specific kind of mentality to operate in a space of cold calling. That's why I teach people how to do it and how to make money, what to do, what to say, because you might not want to do this full time. And also, when you operate in a space that fluctuates, like transportation, you want to have something on your side that doesn't ever have that issue. And cold calling is it. Like I told y'all, there are huge companies and small companies that set aside thousands of dollars just to pay people to cold call for them. That's why I encourage my people who still have to work. Because one thing about a cold call is you don't have to prioritize things like you do if you're going to be a dispatcher. You have to, as you're going to be a dispatcher, you got to decide if you want to work in the West Coast time, if you want to, but if you're doing cold calling, baby, that company just wants to cold call. They don't care if it comes from the East Coast, West Coast, overseas. They just want you to vet that lead and drop it off in their lap. And let me tell y'all something, because I don't think y'all know to understand this. When I teach you how to do the cold calling, I teach you how to get what you need and get paid. Because the one thing that we do know is we cannot make anybody say yes. We can't make nobody say yes. But what we can do is get a company all the information that they need for their yes. We can get all the front end, we can get that off. If I do a cold calling for you, and I'll just leave it at dispatching. Okay, let's just say not dispatching. Now, dispatching is the easy one. Let's say as a dispatcher or somebody who knows or somebody who got the ebook My Homeboy Said. I go on the FMCSA website. Boom, 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 boom. I pull up the people. I look and see who's ready. I look and see who's a good candidate for you. Get the ebook My Homeboy Said. I'm telling y'all, if you're not listening, I need you to listen. Go to the FMCSA website. Okay, pull up the PDFs. Go through. Look and see who's ready to be called. Click, click. Open your other screen up. Boom. Oh, this is a small dispatching company who's looking for carriers. This carrier is boom. Authorized for property. Thing number one. Thing number two. Ooh, they got 1, 2, 3 pieces of equipment and 2 drivers. All right. This is a perfect candidate for this small business. All right. Let me call them. Call them up. Hey, how's it? Hey, my name is Marian, giving you a call with Emmteenest Logistics. I'm calling to see if you're in the market for a dispatcher. You are? All right. Excuse me. Well, what's your equipment? Are you willing to go over the road? When are you ready to get started? Is there any place that you don't want to go? Is all right? You see where I'm going? So I've gathered all of the information, and I'm just going to say Emmteenest Logistics because I am the small company that's calling on behalf. I am calling on behalf of your company. Okay. So when I get all of this information, you tell me everything. I say, all right. So, Marian, well, I ain't going to say my name. Whatever your transportation company is, Lisa is going to be giving you a call back from ABC Transportation Company. That is going to be your dispatcher. I call Lisa up. Hey, Lisa, I got a vetted lead for you. They're ready to start on Monday. They're ready to be called. I already explained to them that it's going to be 90 days or more before you consistently able to keep them moving. Here's my PayPal information. Go ahead and send me my $75 for this lead. I'm just making it up. And when you send me my $75 in PayPal, give me my notification. Your receipt is going to be your lead and everything that involves it. If you contact that lead and they have changed their mind, that has nothing to do with me because I did the work. Now, this service is going to be provided through me. I know that my person is going to operate in integrity, which means I know that the person that is going to provide you this vetted lead that you're going to pay them for has actually contacted these people and got everything that you're needing. This is why I'm not offering this opportunity connected to me through to everyone, because there's so many schemes out here where people are not going to operate in integrity and they're going to try to take your money and claim that they did the work. And then you're going to call somebody up and they're going to say, then I tell you not to call me. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. See, it is my desire that you all are successful. Okay. in a way that you need to be successful, not in no other way that nobody else trying to tell you, no other way that nobody else trying to scheme you. And anything that I offer, I have done. I have done. I made good money when I first started doing this dispatch thing. You hear me? Because I was still working. But I noticed how many people hated the cold call. Y'all know in corporate, I told y'all I started from the ground. The ground means that I work for Sears vinyl siding. You know what that is? That is definitely telling my age. Okay. I was 21 years old. Okay. I'm 47 now. So this one, vinyl siding, was just hitting, where you had to cold call people and ask them what kind of house they had and were they interested in the vinyl siding and when could somebody come out and have a conversation with them and show them. So I'm not doing anything or offering anything that I have not done. Everything for me is experience and application. I have had this experience, I have applied these measures, and it had a favorable outcome. Some of the things that I have tried, I had to do repeatedly to find and create the SOP, okay, the standard operating procedure. This is what I did. These are the steps that I took, and this is what worked. Because I am aware that people don't have time. I'm also aware some of the things that I implement are because of how I had to do and how I had to work and how I missed time with my kids and all that kind of stuff. But if you have something that you could do on your own, in your own time, that can bring you money daily, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, okay? I'm telling you, Uber them is not the only way to make you $50 for your phone bill. Okay? Uber them is not the only way to make you $120 for your gas bill. Same day. Okay? Right, Big Snow. And so did I. And it didn't turn out to be a good thing. A lot of us miss time with our kids because, you know, it might have been mentally, it might have been physically, it might have been a whole lot of things because we was doing what we thought and only knew to do, thinking that that's all we needed to provide for them. But that's a whole nother thing that I'm working with and working through with my own kids. But I completely understand that. So when I'm in my thought process, when I'm moving, when I'm providing, I'm not only thinking about myself, I'm thinking about those things too. Because I did miss a lot, and so did they. And we all have an experience. We all do. And that may lead to us being better. That may lead to us, you know, lacking because we have a amount of guilt. But that's you know, that's when we have to get into the Marian E. King space. But anyway, so yes, I want to. I think of these things because I'm always reminded of the times where I didn't know where my help was coming from. I didn't know how we was gonna eat today. I didn't know, and all of this stuff was before Uber Eats and all of that. All of this before all of that. So why can't we have that? And then I also think about having things that we can have at home, because outside is still not safe, even though we still going out there. Okay, outside is still not safe. So much going on. Y'all see now where the people are getting fired because you had people that was working their job, but they was working another job at the same time on the work from home. And the people that implemented some kind of technology where they was watching, you know, how many keystrokes and how long the people was really working and going back and getting you and firing you. They're probably firing you from on account. They're probably calling it stealing time. So we have to be prepared. We have to be prepared for the people with their own businesses and the decisions that they decide to make towards you that may have nothing to do with you. Also, let me tell y'all something else. The people who starting jobs and quitting jobs, they are now charging you for that training if you don't give them the time that they put into you to train for that job. So if you did a 4 to 6 week training and you hit the floor or whatever and you quit, they're sending you a bill for their training time. Now, I'm not telling everybody to become an entrepreneur. Okay. But what I am saying is, have you something that can't nobody take from you? Yes, these are two big things. Y'all, I be watching. Yes, they are firing people. They're looking to see how long you worked, how long what was going on, checking out your keystrokes, how long you all that. And they're finding out that people been working two jobs. But let me tell you, I always got to, they've been working the two jobs, but they were working the two jobs on the people computer. So you got to get you a real long desk that go all around like this right here. So you got you a whole computer situation over here, and then you stay on them people's stuff right here. Okay? All right. I ain't telling nobody to do nothing wrong. I'm just giving you an idea. So that is the one that's happening, that's going on. Okay. And then the other one where they are charging you for their training. They want their money back. Now I remember it was a time. That's where it came from, Gina. But they're not gonna be the only ones. Because as sure as it hit the news like that, other companies are about to follow. They're about to go see what's going on. And here's the thing, though. Now, I ain't trying to be funny. But how you thought you was going to be on them people job? On them people computer? You see, now I'm going to tell you the audacity that was going on, back in my working days. Now, the most bold thing that we would do would be on Indeed and Career Builders and stuff, looking for another job on a people computer. Okay, we weren't working on another job. We was looking for another job. We was looking for another job on the people computer. Okay, but y'all, because and it's gonna be even more things because it's tight out here. They're trying to implement all of the self check, the self do. I thank God I don't shop at Walmart anyway, because they will definitely have to give me a W-2 because I did not agree to doing the self checkout. But yeah, y'all have to watch. And like I said, I am not telling anybody to leave their job because we do need something, that we know is coming in. But I am asking that you be prepared and have you just a little side piece of change for something. Like I said, that's why I got my other situation here. Start up $49.99, $9.95 a month for your app. Okay, because everybody don't want to get into it. There's different things, but I just have to talk to y'all. We have to be very real with one another. This video is running long, but I'm so grateful that everything that people need to know is like in the first 15 minutes. They can write down what they need to say for the rebuttals and all that. Kevin, if you're still here, can you please let me know what you are asking? Okay. So yeah, y'all, it's going down out here, and I've always talked about pivoting and being prepared and all that kind of stuff. So, okay, yeah, y'all, it's a trip out here. It is a trip, but we're gonna be ready. We're gonna be prepared. And that's why I've been trying to build my community, build my memberships and stuff, and build people, get people on my YouTube and on my Facebook and stuff, even if paid or not paid. Okay. I do still have to live. However, I don't need to live so hard that I'm on here telling you, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it. Okay. We're not going to move like that. But when we have things, we do need community, y'all. Yes, you got your fellowship. Yes, you got people who are connected to the church, and your offering and your tithes and all of that is going to be your connection and what it is that you need. Okay. All right. But if you're not in position to have that offering and them tithes, what you going to do? Okay. What you going to do? Everybody don't have their savings together. But that's why we have to connect with one another so we can know how. So we can have individual and collective. If nothing else, information on how to do, how to get. Okay. You have given so much helpful information to the end as usual. Thank you so much, Free Spirit. I always do, and I just let the spirit move. Yes, and I'm so glad you didn't give up on us because they was playing with my unemployment. My goodness. My goodness. And let me tell you, these social medias, y'all know they played on my top bad. Took all my stuff away, all my monetization, all my everything, all because of reports from people who got more commas and zeros than me. Okay, TikTok, stop showing my when I'm going live. Stop showing all of y'all. Stop seeing me on all kind of stuff, baby. Your girl was under attack. Okay, but I was over here operating on the greater is He that is within me than he that is in the world. Okay, because that's just a setup for something greater, something better, and for myself to be in position to be seen by who needs to see me, and for those who need to see me to be able to see me. Because maybe 17,000 strong was in the way. Okay, maybe it was too many numbers, in the follow for people who needed to see to be able to see. All right. Okay, so you listen, a little knockdown, just a little pause. And then also you have to look at yourself. All right. Was you still praying or did you operate in self? When you got to a certain amount of, a little bit, did you continue to pray? Did you read your word? All right. Did you acknowledge him? Okay. Or did you just say, oh, this is going well. I don't need you no more. Okay. I'll holler at you when I come back up. Come on, let me sit down with you while you're down. Remember me? Remember when you was going through? All right. Remember when you said, if you bring me out, I will serve you. If you bring me out, I will do this for you. If you bring me out, I will. Hey, but you might have forgotten. You might have forgotten this a little bit. I got a little beside myself. But now that I have your undivided attention and there's nowhere to go but up, shall we hold hands and do this thing together? Huh? But anyway, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Thank you to everybody who made a purchase. I hope everybody who wanted to get the course for $97 take advantage until till I close this live out. For those who need to know how to cold call, how to rebuttal, how to interview carriers, what to say to a broker when you first contact them, hit this link in my bio and go to the Shopify store and get the ebook My Homeboy Said. Um, yeah, yeah, I appreciate that. Okay, that is my offering. Okay, thank y'all so much for the stars, for the likes, for the stars, Lord, for the hearts, for the tapping, for the sharing. I appreciate y'all, and y'all just tell people about it. Hey Deanna, how's it going? So yeah, y'all might not have seen me that much, but again, it's just me. And it's hard when you're working hard and you are steadily providing, and there's seemingly no response, seemingly like no one is doing, seemingly like no one is purchasing, seemingly like no one wants to move forward, seemingly like everybody wants something for nothing, seemingly, because all the time what we think we see is not what it is. But at the same time, be prepared, because if it is what it is, you still have to be present for what's supposed to be for you to be for you, because you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. All right. Okay. Appreciate y'all. I'm going to stay on a few more minutes. That way, if anybody is in the website making a $97 purchase, they can get it, because as soon as I close the live out, I'm closing that out. Matter of fact, let me go see. Let me go see. Okay, I don't see any. Thank God for you. Thank you so much. Y'all keep me lifted, because it's not easy, but I'm grateful for all the experiences, because the more I go through and come out on the other side of, the more I can testify and come and tell y'all and give you realistic things. Real. Okay, real. Because honestly, there's enough play out here. There's enough illusion. There's enough to. We need somebody to be real. What my real people at? Where my real people at? Mm-hmm. Oh, it's 4 o'clock. Find me something to eat. All right. If there's anybody who's still making their purchase, have you completed your purchase? Are you back? How do you feel about dispatching box trucks? It's a hot topic right now, but I know there are challenges. Can you speak about this niche? Kevin, I'm so glad you're here today. So I wrote an ebook and it's called Marian in the Box Truck. All right. So when I first entered this industry, okay, my first dispatching was a hot shot. All right. I did not learn anything from that because those people had some money and they had experience. So we went through that. But my experience in the industry, okay, was with a box truck. It was October of 2020. Matter of fact, sorry, September of 2020. Okay. Somebody reached out to me with a new authority, non-CDL, 24-foot box truck. Okay. I interviewed them. I created a plan. Thank you so much, Big Snow. I created a plan of action. All right. I grew that company. Okay. We started with the box in January of 2021. I had encouraged that owner to get their CDL. We got a power only. Uh-oh. After that, we got another power only and a driver. Then we got a refrigerator. Then we got another power only. And then we got another refrigerator. And then we got a dry van. So I grew that company from $0 to this year. They will be making over $400,000 by the time the end of this year goes. So if you want to ask me about box trucks, I am the one. That is my start. That has been my success in this business. I have cried. I have grown. I have prayed. So please don't let nobody make you feel like a box truck can't get you where you need to be. Because I'm going to tell you something. That new company and this new company came into an agreement. We brought that agreement under subjection, huh? All right? Because what that company did not know is that they had connected with somebody who was connected to the vine, huh? Who was connected to the source, who believed that it could be done in a time where everybody literally said it couldn't be done. Amen. Amen. You're a strong woman. Keep pressing forward to make of the high calling. Hallelujah. That's awesome. Thank y'all so much, Grandma. I have a 26-foot and can't find loads. I was supposed to hear your live today. Thank y'all so much. Will your Trinity help for dispatching box trucks? Here's my thing. I teach you how to dispatch. You apply what you know to the equipment that you want to work with. Now, if you come to the Trinity, like I said, if you want, if you're gonna dispatch yourself in a box, or you're gonna dispatch box, get the ebook my homeboy said, and get the ebook Marian in the Box Truck, so you can see who worked with us, who was new. You can see all of the experience and what you can, some of the things you can expect. But being connected, you will be able to get assistance because you will also have, well, anybody who's a part of the membership. But I know the box. So I know the box, power only, refrigerated, and drive-in. Okay. And hot shot, because that was my first one, a little bit. So there's a lot. And plus, there's other people there as well. Marco, I understood what you meant, Free Spirit. Hubby and I had 17 years. Wait, I have a 26-foot and can't find loads. Deanna, are you the dispatcher or you driving? You're dispatching yourself. You're the driver. Hubby also has 17 years CDL. What's his he worked for a company, Deanna? Husband is a driver. You dispatch him? Because I talked about this earlier in the video. Again, I'm so grateful that the first part of this video get everybody what they need so they don't have to watch this whole thing. But we just gonna go as the spirit moves. For those who are drivers who drive, not working for a company, yes, I dispatch him. Okay, cool. So, oh, you're telling me that your box truck is a CDL box. Okay, so I expressed this earlier in the video, but I'll say it again. For those who, my phone trying to die. Those who work for companies for a long time, and then you go get your own, authority. Please don't be offended. Please don't be offended. Or feel away. But that means nothing when you start your own company. So please don't get discouraged, but please don't think so highly of yourself because of that. Because this industry does not care because you have been driving. Oh, when I say this industry, I mean as a owner, because it's the relationship with brokerages that get you credit in the industry. Now, if your husband, now this y'all, if your husband, as his dispatcher, are you contacting your local people locally? The reason I'm asking this is I talked about this in the ebook Marian in the Box Truck. And one of the things that I had to do was, baby, we had to get it. I was on Craigslist. I was on foot. Okay. I live in Georgia. My carriers were out of Florida. So every place that I went to here on my personal time, I would say, hey, mom and pop, how's it going? Do y'all have this store or this company in Florida? Where all do you all have this company? How often do you all need things moved? Because we had to get it. Y'all live in Loganville. Okay, so try to find things local. Wait, let me back it up. With my carriers, they were willing to move anything until we had credit in the industry. That part is very important, because when you all as dispatchers, when you all give the information, like when you do the interview process, and let's say they tell you that I have a box truck, okay? Are you willing to go over the road? It's going to be challenging to consistently keep you moving, which means ain't gonna be no consistent money in this first 90 or more days. Let's say up to 6 months. Okay. Are you willing, okay, to move furniture? Are you willing to work for these little local companies and move washing machines, to get them from the dock and bring them into the store? This is important because some of these people, the unrealistic expectation is so strong that you can't move them. And they get it from the second greatest male gossip center ever. The first is the barbershop, okay? But the second greatest gossip parlor for men is the truck stop. So when they're researching, they hear them say how all they do is back the truck up. They do no touch. The unrealistic expectations is deep. So you get these people that step in and they're like, I'm not gonna be doing no work. All I'm gonna have to do is back my truck up. They're gonna load it, they're gonna unload it, that's not the reality of a new company. Even for a CDL holder, that's not the reality for a CDL holder that comes out in his own company with a tractor and trailer. Sometimes, or a lot of times at first, there's gonna be some assist. So you cannot have the mentality that I done had my CDL for 30 years. Yeah, but you work for a company for 30 years who had their own setup. You on your own. And what's been happening also, y'all look out for this one. There are CDL holders. They've been in the industry 20, 35 years. They want to retire. So they leave the company. They start their own transportation businesses, mostly pushed by the wives. Okay, watch for the wives. I'm not speaking negatively when I say that. I'm speaking business wise, because a lot of wives don't understand that this is not your husband when I'm in a contractual agreement when we in business. You don't run me. You don't tell me what to do. You don't tell. You have no authority in this business agreement. Y'all, please watch for that when you're doing the interview process. If the wife has a takeover spirit, let sister dispatch that truck. I'm telling you now. So what I'm going to say is there are a lot of them that have been in there 25, 30 years. They want to retire, but they want to retire on their own, or the retirement is not enough. So they retire from these companies. They start their own company. They want to get a dispatcher, but they want to work Monday through Friday. They want to be home. They want to work locally because two things. Number one, they have not let go of the employee mentality. Number two, they feel because they've had that CDL 30 plus years that they are entitled to do what they want to do. Yes, you are with a company, but starting a brand new, your 30-year CDL is in the same boat as a non-CDL holder. You have to make your way. You have to get out here and get it. You have to put skin in the owner operation game, because you held your CDL for 30 years, but that company held your life together. That company held you down. That company held that mortgage. That company, you didn't do anything. And 9 times out of 10, that company got you the CDL. Okay? As a dispatcher, these are things that you need to tell people. And if you are a potential owner operator, you need to know and you need to hear this word on today, because it is not a lot of times, it is not that the dispatcher cannot move you. It is not that the dispatcher cannot lead you to a space of success. It is your unrealistic expectation that is the issue. That's why the SME has to Leah. We have to Leah first. Leah, L-E-A. Listen, educate. And if we come to an agreement, advocate. And as the SME, the subject matter expert, that is where I educate you. What you do after I educate you, because we listen. We listen to, oh yeah, my homeboy told me I got to get this box truck and get me a dispatcher from offline, and they're going to make me, not you've been online for 90 minutes today, consider taking a break. TikTok, y'all don't care nothing about me. But anyway, they say to go online and get me one of them dispatchers, and they're gonna get me $10,000 a week, and I don't need no CDL, and I'm gonna be home every day. And I'm gonna work Monday through Friday. Matter of fact, I don't even want to be too long on Friday. I want to knock off at 12 on Friday. Oh, all of that. And you listen. That's it. Once they pour out all that they're gonna say, and if they did not cover everything that's in my homeboy said, or everything that you need, over the road, whatever they say, then you say, all right, so you stated that, you're non-CDL. You stated that you want to be home daily. You stated that you want to make $10,000 a week. And you stated that, all right, the reality of your specific situation. See, that's very, very, very key. Okay. The reality of your specific situation, because I don't know your homeboy. I don't know the truck stop members. I don't know any of them. But I know you, Mr. Non-CDL, 24-foot box. All right. Just getting into the industry. Your specific situation is, okay, in the first 90, matter of fact, we're going to change that to 6 months since it's been so changing. In the first 6 months, okay, as your business begins to grow, it will be challenging. Don't say hard. Don't say difficult, because we don't want to use any words that will discourage. Okay. Challenge means It may not do all that we wanted to do, but we're going to keep pushing and we're not going to let it knock us down and we're not going to quit. Okay. So in the first 6 months of business, it may be challenging to consistently keep you moving. That's a nice and professional way to say that we might not make any consistent coins in this first 6 months. With that said, do you have a cushion? Are you in financial position to handle and take care of everything that you took care of before investing in this new venture? Now, saying before investing in this new venture means before you started this, before you purchased this truck, that insurance, this fuel, this, can you handle your life, including this new venture for 6 months? This is important because the gossip mill is real. I use this example and it's still relevant today. In 2020 and part of 2021, y'all know unemployment was giving out all that money, like $700 a week and all of that kind of stuff. During that time, I try to be careful, y'all, and I try not to speak derogatively against people. During that time, there was a rise of commercials, internet courses, get into this industry. It's an $800, $900 billion industry. You're going to make so much money. Okay. So what happened is the people who had to wait on that money, because everybody didn't get approved right away. But when they did get approved, it took so long. They was getting about 20, 25, almost 30, some people almost $30,000, because that's how many weeks they were backed up. Okay. What happened is, while those people were waiting, they had no plans, number one, of coming off unemployment. Number two, seeing that they were going to get this lump sum of money and watching all those commercials and believing what was said, what did they do? They got that lump sum and they went and bought a box truck. Y'all who was there, y'all remember the box truck craze was ham. Okay, so not only was the box truck craze ham, something else happened. There were coaches. Let's do it like that. Coaches that were out here telling people to go to Navy Federal, do this much right here. Navy Federal gonna give you $15,000. When you get that $15,000, come to me. I'm gonna take you to my person and get you this box truck. Now, some of y'all know who it was. Some of y'all fell victim to that, but that's not what we're doing today. What wasn't said in those times is not a quick return. They didn't talk to them about fuel. They didn't talk to them about insurance. They didn't talk to them about maintenance. They didn't talk to them about the realities of the transportation industry. They just kept it pretty. They just kept it glitz and glamour. The reason that I know this, where's my notebook? I got two notebooks. One notebook is filled with almost 900 people that took courses with the two biggest names in courses that I didn't have to, but that I had to teach. One of them is who you've been with, Kevin. All right. The second notebook is about probably 410, 413 people who came to me after they went and got those trucks and they weren't making any money. All of them told me what they experienced and who they experienced it with. Okay. But I don't glorify those people and I don't give them people any shine on my platform. What I do is help the people from where they are. Because it's not the time to say, well, why you didn't do your research? It's not the time to say, oh man, that's messed up, what you're going to do. That's not the time. And I also operate that same way when it comes to the live assistance in my membership. When you reach out and you say, this is what's happening, this is going wrong, we fix that. The broker talking crazy to you, hey, what did they say? This is how we're going to respond. Hey, the driver was late. All right, reach out to, we're going to do the solution. Once things are cleared and your blood pressure is down, okay, then we talk about how to make sure that this doesn't happen again. We don't bash, we don't do the fool, because we have all been there. We all, okay, all have seen. But I'm telling you all this because that that unrealistic stuff is still here. And as the dispatcher, if you are not researching and studying and connecting with people where you can continuously ask questions, where you can continuously see new information and find out what's going on and see the things, you may find yourself in a situation just like a lot of the new dispatchers. They get tripped up with these people because let me tell y'all, the potential carriers, y'all, they're online too. So they're on here listening to people say, oh, these people knew, ask them how many people they work with. Let me tell you something. I'm a living witness that brought a company from $0 to over $400,000 with not a drop of experience in transportation. But I brought my history with me and I continued to educate myself in the space. And then I began to share the information that I knew and learned with others. And in turn, those others began to tell me to create programs that they can purchase. Everything that I do came from the people. Mm-hmm. Yes, you did. Thank you, Gina. Yes, because this is how it works. Okay. When you're rich in spirit, you will ultimately become rich in truth. You know, truth behind your bank account, you know, truth behind the way you're living to move up. But I have to sow. Okay. I have to sow. Okay. So I just want y'all to know that and understand that. So don't let just make sure that your new people that you're taking on, first of all, make sure that you are educated. I am not saying make sure that you know everything. Make sure you have a foundation and make sure that you are in contact and proximity with somebody who can help you. I'm happy to meet you too. And I'm glad that y'all here today because I wasn't even about to come back. I don't even know what made. Oh, I came on to talk about, what happened in the beginning and we just, the spirit just fell. Okay. So, yes, y'all, be, don't be afraid. Don't run away from it. Understanding and knowing that you are not a failure, you are not failing. It's just so many fail to mention that it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a quick return. It's not going to be a whole lot of money. And it requires a whole lot of work. Money is going to come. But when you know these foundational things, and that is the problem, no one is telling the reality. Yes, 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 yes. You could be a 5, 6, even 7-figure earner in this industry. But you have to tell people that it did not come right away. I can't come on here and just show y'all all the good. But the only reason that I can speak that is because this is not Google learning. This is not information stealing learning. This is not made up learning. This is experience. This is crying, praying, lack of sleep for 3 years. Okay, this was a 3-year study. Mm-hmm. I have been awake almost 365 days for the past 3 years. Okay. Well, I'm going to say I've been awoke. I'll say 300. 300. No, probably about 350. Okay. Because when my carrier would go on vacation, I will go on vacation. Or when I had my vacation times. Because I taught my owner how to dispatch. That is important, y'all. Please do not keep something from somebody because you think it's going to affect you. I taught my owner how to dispatch. Baby, brother was kicking and screaming because he was not with it. Okay, this is what I got you for, but I had to hit him with reality. Number one, no man knows the day, the time, nor the hour. Number two, no one should know more about your business than you do, even if you don't do the task. Okay? My sons want to start a trucking business with me, and I really don't know where to start. All right, BG, you can you're in the research phase. So I would just suggest that you head over to my YouTube page. It's the same name, Logistics, and start watching some of the videos so you know will know what you need to do as in your part. And I believe I have a couple of things on there about starting the trucking, but if I don't, I know I have it on my page. But I have like a list of all of the things that you need to do to start a transportation business, the trucking part. So I know all about the dispatching part. Um, and then I have certain information on the transportation part other than running the company. So yeah, I say that all the time. Right. And we're gonna be all right, y'all. And like I said, y'all, I say this too. Do not let fear, I don't care what you're trying to do. It could be transportation. I mean, it don't have to be transportation. It can be whatever it is that you're trying to do. Don't let words like saturation, oversaturated, all of that kind of stuff. Listen, let that stuff fall by the wayside. Because where you're supposed to be, you're going to shine. Those words that people use, let me tell you something. Sometimes, let me find all the words. The adversary, the enemy, the hater, the opposition, they can see how instrumental and how powerful you're going to be in a space sometimes before you. And they will drop that discouragement on you to keep you from doing what you need to do and being where you need to be. But don't you let them. Don't let them. What type of time frame should I expect? Do you preach? No, I don't preach. I don't preach. And if I do, it's involuntary, and this must be my pulpit. She said, you could. I just move as it moves me. I really do. And I don't hold back because I never really know who is on these lives. And I can't, be on here like, well, I'm not really going to say that because that might be your breakthrough. That might be your yes. That might be your movement. That might be your right now. That might be your encouragement. That might be your, you know what? I know I can. That might be your, you know what? I won't listen to that. You know what? I won't be in this no more. You know what? I will not receive that. I will not step in that. I will not operate in that. I will. I shall. I must. It is time. There is a gift. There is something on the inside that got to show up on the outside. I am withholding something from somebody that they need. I am not only ministering to other people, I'm ministering to myself right now. That thing done got good to me, so I got to pull myself together. Because let me tell y'all something. Greater is he. We got to stop moving in fear, okay? Because it's not real. And fear and faith can't operate in the same space. My goodness. Listen. Let me read. Let me pull myself together. What was said? Oh, what type of time frame should I expect? On what? No problem, Cashtastic. You mean to start your business? Gene, B Gene, was that B Gene? Yeah. I know in order to start the transportation business, to get everything completed is it's going to be about probably 30 days or more, and that depends on how much money you have, because it's not cheap to start the business. It's not cheap in money and it's not cheap in time, and that's important because you may have the money to submit everything today, but the people They take their time, doing what they do. Yes, yeah, the fan. Listen, I had to let everything you do be in love. 1 Corinthians 16 and 14. And I really do inform y'all out of love. I love what I do. Listen, my goodness. So yeah, so that part, starting the trucking company has its time, and then as the dispatcher, is going to take time to consistently keep them moving, to make connections and contacts. Oh, this is what I was going to say earlier for I think it was Free Spirit. Somebody else dispatch their husband, and you'll dispatch your boys. You all that are the dispatcher for just that company, just your spouse's, your loved one's company. Please, can you outline the contents of the dispatch course, high level? Yes, 1 second, Key. Please, in your downtime, try to make direct connections. I did mention it earlier, with your local people, because you may be able to get contracts for your people. You may be able to get contracts. So you want to make sure you keep that in mind. Just like the people with the Sprinter vans. I haven't operated in the Sprinter van world. That just was not worth for me, my time. 888, I retired, boo. Sure did. I did my 3 years straight, gathered all my information. Now don't get it twisted. I will jump back out there. But I wanted to bring all my stuff and get people where they need to be in their businesses. But I'm still in contact with my carrier. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. But I came in this with a plan. I ultimately wanted to be a consultant. So I wallowed. But y'all try to see for your Sprinter van, especially if you have a refrigerated Sprinter van or the other. Try to get with y'all local, like the gas stations, especially the gas stations that are owned by the I don't want to say the Indian, because I don't think that's like the right thing. Private owned. I can't go wrong with private owned. The reason that I say that is because you can get contracts, like you can get bread contracts, you can get chip contracts, you could get soda contracts, like you can deliver their things to them. Box trucks as well. But you all can get like multiple of them, because they only, you got some of them that only get a delivery like on Tuesday at like 5 a.m. So don't count that kind of stuff out, y'all. Everything does not have to go through. I'm saying this to owners, dispatchers who just have their spouse, and who dispatching for their spouse and loved ones. The reason that I am only specifically saying that for you all is because as a dispatcher like myself, who was dispatching multiple trucks, and for people who dispatch for multiple companies, the reality is this: when those people tell you all to cut out the broker and try to get direct shipper, and then they tell you, oh, we'll have you cut direct shippers. Let me sip on something, because I'm about to say something. If you're dispatching for real, you know that truck still has to move. And as a dispatcher who is moving a truck, you do not have time to contact the shipper. I know they said it. I know you heard it. I know it's everywhere. I know that's the biggest thing that they're trying to tell you and that they're trying to push. You don't need a broker. You go directly to it. Let's talk about it. Because at one time, my people was encouraging me to become a broker. I never was really into that, but I went into the part that I know. And that is reaching out to brokers, talking to brokers, seeing what they need, how they need to move and all of that. And one of the things that I realized very quickly, this lets me know, I operate from experience and application. I had experience contacting a broker, apply what it is that I know, receive what they had, so I can get a realistic expectation on what to tell my people. The first thing that I noticed that when you try to contact the shipper is gatekeeping. Okay? Gatekeeping means you can go wherever you want to go and you can find somebody's name and you can contact that shipper directly. But there's somebody who answers that phone that's pretty much like, who is this? What you want? If you don't say the right thing the right way, guess what? You're going to get hung up on. And you're going to have to keep trying to do that until that person allows you to move forward. If you dispatching for real, you know we don't have that kind of time. If you're dispatching for real. Another thing we don't have time for. When you interview your carrier needs to tell you everything that you need to know. No dispatcher, hear me and hear me well. No dispatcher should be contacting a carrier asking them, do they want to load? Do you want to take this? Do you want to get this? In that interview process, when I ask you what your rate per mile is, what you need to make this truck to do for you, how much you need to make, are you going over the road? What is it? All of that is what I need. So when I contact you at 7 a.m. every morning, because we all know that things happen overnight. So when the carrier laid down yesterday to do his 10 hours, he might have said that y'all was going to be pulling out the next morning. But you always call and ask them, hey, are we still moving today? All right. They say, yes, you confirm at 8 a.m. Okay. You need to be contacting your broker or whoever it is that you contacting if you have not already got your carrier set up for a couple of days. All right. And you need to be making contact. Once that load is confirmed, you need to be filling out that rate con, okay, and getting it over to that carrier. Before you fill out that rate con, you should already know how much time that carrier needs to get moving. If they're coming from home, if they tell you I need 2 hours to get to the truck yard to gas up and all that, if you contact the broker and the broker said they got a load and it's ready now at 8 a.m. and they're ready for it to move, but you know your carrier not going to be able to do what needs to be done before 10 a.m., don't take that load because you're putting them in a position that they don't need to be in and you're about to mess everybody up. Okay? So, all right. So that's one of the things. Okay? Also, when you, crap, I forgot my thought. When they're moving, you move and make sure you don't, no one should be okay. When you call on that load, the broker needs somebody now. If you are working with a carrier that has you contacting them to see if they want to load, first of all, you didn't interview them. Because you should never have even taken on anybody who operate like that. Because as a dispatcher, when you call, they're ready now. You need to be able to take it, get that rate con, and get on to the next thing. Get on to the next movement. Get on to the... If you're not doing this for real, you're not going to be able to tell nobody this. Okay? But with the broker thing, as a dispatcher, just dispatch. If you have an owner that has carriers, then you encourage, like I did, you encourage that owner to go up into companies. But this is the kind of relationship I had with my owner because I cultivated that relationship and I taught him how to operate in a human resource type manner because that's all I had. That's all I know is training and how to get people to success. Hello. So the reality is when you're contacting a broker, it's not that easy. Now, say you get through the gatekeeping. Now, even when you speak to the broker, you can't immediately get to the point because you can't come off as if you're trying to sell them something. You got to ask them how they're doing. You got to let them know that you know some things about the company, which means you got to do some research. You need to know how long they've been in business, what they move, how often they move, all that you can find out. Then you got to be, I'm gonna be in the area, or this is what I'm offering, is there a way that I can, send you an email with some A, B, C, and D, which means as a broker or as somebody who's trying to get on them own, that means you have to have an outline and some kind of setup about your business. See, everybody wants to jump in, but don't nobody want to have their office right. Your back office on point. Okay. So say he says, you know what? I like what you're saying. I like your voice. Send me an email at ABCDEFG with all that you offer, whatever. So now you got to send the email. Watch this now. And then you have to wait because you can't debo them and hound them down like that because they already done let you know they're busy. So they send it. Now, this is just what I suggest, from my corporate times. You give them 24 to 48 hours. All right. And then you do a follow-up call and or email. Just a little prompt, just to remind them. Okay. Now let's say now this can go on for months. Hopefully it don't, but I'm telling you the reality. Then you get to a conversation. Now they're ready to talk, but now they're ready to talk. Okay, why should I use you? How many trucks do you have access to? How many times a week can we use you? How much are you going to charge me for this contract? Why should I stop using the company when it's time for me to renew and stop using them and come to you? Are you prepared? Do you know how to offer the contract? Do you know? But they're telling you all this stuff as they charge you $8, $9, $10, $1,500, $2,000, $2,500 for this course. They're telling you all of these things, but where is the how? Where is what do I say when I contact the shipper? What do I say when I contact the broker? This is where I shine because I created scripts and all that kind of stuff in corporate. But anyway, the reason that this is important is because if you don't use the right verbiage, you're not going to get anywhere. Even basically talking to a broker. If you call a broker up and you say, hey, I have a company that has a semi truck, and I saw on the load board that you need somebody to pick up something from a warehouse in New Jersey, and you need them to take it to somewhere in Florida. They're gonna hang up on you. They're gonna hang up on you. You need to be able to say, hey, I got a reefer. Hey, I hope they don't kick me off for saying that. Refrigerated. Hey, I have a refrigerated. Hey, I have a dry van. Hey, I have a hot shot. Okay. I see on the load board, that you need this, picked up from such and such at so and so time and needed to be dropped off by. What's the rate for it? Is I see you have it here for $500. Is that the final rate? Can that be negotiated? Can you be able to use the verbiage? You cannot use your street terms or the terms that you have heard outside of the industry on people in the industry. This is important. Hold on. Can you outline the context of the dispatcher course? I hope you still hear Keith Sanders. So the course starts from it's like orientation like. So it tells you everything that you're going to need for your business, how much it costs. Oh, I'm sorry. Before that, I starts with setting up your business. What you're going to need, how you're going to need it, setting up your business email, how much it is, getting your the stuff you're going to need, your Adobe, your DocuSign, just all of the things. And then I go into everything that I use, everything that I bring up every day, because y'all, this is the process. People are not telling you all what you need to be logged into and looking at and reading every day. You need to know what the weather is, what's going on, where they are, where they're going. You need to, this is more, I don't know why people think we just sit on our butt and just get on a load board and just boom. No, there's things that you have to do, that you have to look for, that you have to make sure that this is going to be a successful day for this company, successful and safe. Okay. So you want to look into that sense. So we start there. And then I go into all of the things that I bring up every day. My course is actually like when you go on orientation at a job. You know how when you go to orientation and they tell you, everything that you want to do, and then they tell you all your logins, everything that you need to log into every day. That's how my course is set. Now, once you start dispatching, you will realize what you want to keep using every day and what you don't want to use. Just like when you start a job, everything is new to you, so you use everything. But once you find your way, you know what to do. You got it. Okay. So then after that, we go into verbiage. Okay. After verbiage, I start the teaching. And in the teaching, I use the verbiage immediately, because I need you to get familiar with hearing it. I need you to get familiar with saying it. I need you to get familiar with. And then I talk about what we do as a dispatcher, how we operate as a dispatcher. We talk about not only do we speak the verbiage, we learn all of the vocabulary, what it is, what it does, how it works, what you need to use, how you need to use it. Then we go into I believe it is negotiations. We got, so like I have the different subjects. Got negotiation. We got rate per mile. We got everything. Matter of fact, let me pull it because I'm getting beside myself. not beside myself, but I'm not remembering all the things that I should. So we have intro and terminology. Then we have systems, daily setups, and websites. Then we have load boards, credit checks, dispatcher agreements, rate cons, BOLs, and factoring. So those are all of the subjects. And like I said, I hope he's still here. So I go over everything. So for me, I do not teach equipment-based learning. That makes no sense to me, because if you don't know how to dispatch, equipment is the least of your worries. I teach you how to dispatch and run a business, and you can apply that information to equipment. So if you want to learn about hot shots, you are now in position to go and pay for that. 25. We talk about partials. Those are things that you should learn on your own. But route planning is a conversation that I will have. But being a part of the membership, there are some things that you don't really need in a training. There's some things you get in continued education. I stated it earlier on this video, but route planning is done by the driver. But as a dispatcher, it is something that you can know. So when they're speaking certain things, that's why the vocabulary is important. So when they tell you certain things, you understand what they're saying. Partials is something that you need to know. Again, you all will have access to the coaching and mentoring videos. So you're going to find all of that continued education on those. Partials is important. Like I said, if you don't know how to dispatch, you don't need to worry about the equipment. Partials is something that's going to come. And partials is also something that only can be done on certain equipment. You can't do a partial on a refrigerated load. And that's stuff people don't be, just things. But again, I learned 3 years. I was in the trenches. So yeah, y'all. So all of the things are there. And y'all, another thing, I got it in my training. I believe in it. So many courses out here, so many people out here supposedly teaching. Tell me why I get so many messages and emails about people not knowing how to get paid. What? We do too much work not to know how to get paid. There are literally people who are out here, and the carriers know it. They'll send me a message, hey, I've been working with a carrier for like 3 or 4 weeks now. How do I get paid? Baby, first let me tell you, after I give you this information, honestly, this carrier is not going to work with you anymore. And they always ask me why. I said, because you have been working for them for free, and now that you're going to charge them, they done got all they're going to get. And now they out of here. And they're going to go find the next dispatcher who's going to charge them out the gate, and they're going to pay them. It operates the same as this. I'm on here. I give you all knowledge and understanding for free. But as soon as you get your coins together, you take them to the name brand, and then you come back. I don't know. We all have a little thing that is an abusive relationship, and the abusive relationship is not always the hands. Okay? People mentally do it the same. You're welcome, Key Saunders. You're welcome. Listen, I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all, listen, y'all done wrote this Saturday out with me, but it was worth it. Look there. Today was, somebody's day. Today was somebody's day. But y'all right? Anybody? Listen, one thing about me, I do answer your questions. Let me roll up over here and make sure I didn't miss nothing. Okay. Thank you so much, Gina, for letting her know. Miss Cherry, is it Sherry Dimples? All right. So yeah, y'all got any more questions, any concerns, please feel free to let me know. It's looking a little gloom outside. I wonder if that's because it's getting a little cold or it's about to rain. Oh, y'all, I'm so glad again that I gave all the information that needed to be given on the front end of this video. So people come and get it, they can get what they need. And y'all, if y'all need to go back and get what I said. The video is gonna be up on YouTube, um, and Facebook. My Facebook, follow me on Facebook, Empty Nest Logistics and more. The ampersand and more. So yeah, y'all. If there are no more questions, no more concerns, all hearts and minds are clear. Thank y'all so much for the gifts. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. Thank y'all so much for sharing. Thank y'all so much just for viewing, for being here today, because this is Saturday. Okay. So I'm gonna get off here. Probably did have me a Benadryl because I got drafted over here in this office, but I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. You could have been anywhere but here, but you decided to pass by and give me just a few minutes of your time. And I greatly appreciate it. And I, I hope I did right by you. All right. Appreciate it. I will see you all on Monday. I'll make an announcement. I'm gonna start trying to do something, a couple of things during the week. Beside the leads. Now, once this situation on TikTok gets together, the subscriptions, I'll be doing the lead, not the free. I'll be doing the leads on the subscriptions. But the leads that I will be doing on the subscriptions, let me go ahead and tell you now, there will not be the fully paid leads like the person that I'm gonna be working with will be doing. But it will be more than what it is to be a lead. And I'll also include like the email address so you can take it from there. And that'll be included in your subscription. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I plan on the subscription to be $9.99 a month. And that is where you'll be able to just get the leads. If they, I know I have a Discord space for it as well because they already set me up on that. So that'll be something for those who might not want the $50 a month membership or might not want to keep it, even though it's going to be beneficial because a lot goes going to go down in there. But they will be able to get those leads, and like I said, they won't be $100 lead, but it will be something to get they'll include your membership and for you to get a head start on and try to get you some leads. Again, before I get off this live, if you need the course, it's $97 until I close this live. So go ahead and get that. If there's anybody going, let me know now, because as soon as I close out, I'm going to close that offer. If you've already taken a course and you are having trouble getting leads or confidence in what to say, contact the lead. Hit the link in my bio, go to my Shopify store and get the ebook My Homeboy Said. It will help you tremendously. I'm telling you, it will help you with finding the carriers, interviewing the carriers, the rebuttals, all of that. Why should I work with you? Why should I pay you? All that on there, and what to say to a broker. It will build your confidence because it will give you key points to cover, and you're not on the phone call with the you listen. I'm telling you. All right. Again, thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great rest of y'all Saturday, and I will see you all on Monday.